What's up, everybody out there? It's your boy Carcino here, telling y'all right away, hit the like button. We finna get to it. It's been a lot going on in the last 3-4 hours. People are really pissed off, and they've been voicing their opinions about what's happening in New York. New York is on top of their own head. Once again, it's always drama in New York. My goodness. So now they got major drama going on as fans are not sold on this new direction. Even though everyone on the ESPNs and they're all raving about the Knicks decisions, actual Knicks fans, they're not comfortable with this. A lot of them feel like they are rocking the boat. And it's like we just got to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time. We don't need to rock the boat. So a lot of this stuff think they're rocking it a little too far, and it's not comfortable for them. They said they saw this happen with Carmelo Anthony and the Knicks, and they don't want to get set back. And they can see this happening all over again. Now, we're going to get ready to get into all of this after these messages. Hi, I'm Carcino. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Rosso, this is night and day from the mellow. I agree, but here's the situation that's happening in New York and got everybody a little ticked off. Is the Mark Jackson situation. A lot of them believe Mark Jackson, if you were going to replace the coach, Mark Jackson over Mike Brown. They felt this is wrong. The Knicks had a chance to right a wrong. If we're going to replace Tibbs, getting Mike Brown wasn't the answer. The answer was Mark Jackson. If we're going to replace Tibbs, we should get Mark Jackson. The same way he was replaced for Steve Kerr, this was only righteousness. He's from New York. He played for the New York Knicks. He's New York. He's supposed to come back home and lead the Knicks to a championship. Mark Jackson, the man who was wrong, his redemption story was supposed to happen in New York, and it didn't happen. And right when Mike Brown does his acceptance speech, Mark Jackson makes his statement. That's what makes it even more louder.
A controversy. What was interesting was former New York Knicks great point guard Mark Jackson put out a very cryptic kind of post on the same day of the press conference. Now, he doesn't mention Mike Brown by name, but we do know Mark Jackson coached in the, played, obviously, coached in the NBA. He's, from New York, and I'm pretty sure he felt like, if he could come back and coach his Knicks after the way things went in Golden State, the hometown, that would be a nice way to kind of, I guess, ride off into the sunset in his career. Well, instead, Mike Brown was hired, and he actually put up this post. I'm going to play that for you.
To whom it may concern, blessings. You're more than qualified. Your resume says you're more than qualified. Your body of work says you're more than qualified. So it's easy to get depressed. It's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to get down. It's easy to have doubt and start questioning. I don't know who I'm talking to. You done prayed about it, asked about it, and it didn't happen. Well, it didn't happen for a reason. The worst place to be in this world is outside the will of God. Don't miss your shout. What's yours is yours. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's enough to run on. I gotta go.
So
Mention any.
right then and there, that was very cryptic. I don't think it was the New York Knicks' decision. I really believe this decision came from the networks like NBC. I think NBC made the decision. I believe they were the ones who said, hey, this is not the way it should go. I think NBC pulled the plug. No, you got to think about it. What would anybody else have to gain by doing this? The New York Knicks, they would come out like win-win. Right? This would be a win-win for the New York Knicks to have Mark Jackson lead the team. You can't screw that up. I mean, there is literally no way, no wiggle room to screw that up. But leave it to the Knicks. Leave it to the New York Knickerbockers. The team that always finds a way to blow it. Oh, it's a matter of time. They will find a way to screw it up. Don't worry about it. They're the Knicks. Now, let's get to the next line of business. Rick Brunson. Mike Brown took over, and he's not apologizing for the job. He's coming in and taking over. Mike Brown. That's right. Mike Brown was promised a position. Mark Jackson didn't even get a phone call. You think this is all about rosters? The Knicks had a good roster last year. They had a good enough team to beat them. They had a better roster than Indiana. So roster isn't what beat them. Execution. And the way Mike Brown likes to run the offense is tad bit different than how Brunson likes to play. Now, De'Aaron Fox did a lot of one-on-one in the offense, but De'Aaron Fox played with speed. Unlike Brunson, who could play in spurts, this is different. Now, cleaning crew. He needs to convert to Islam. So if the Knicks don't get to the Eastern Conference Finals or they lose, that's a failure on coaching. Well, the poll that was taken in New York, they had 54% said that Mark Jackson should have been the head coach over Mike Brown. 54% of people in New York voted. %44 took Mike Brown, saying Mike Brown should have been the hire, and the rest were wanted other or undecided. So the majority of the Knicks fans chose Mark Jackson. Now, here's another kicker that was added to the situation. Oh, you're going to like this, because this is very interesting. Rick Brunson, who was the assistant coach, you're going to love this. Rick Brunson, who was the assistant coach of the New York Knicks, has been demoted by Mike Brown. Mike Brown says, I know how he is with Brunson, and Brunson is the star of his team. He came as a package deal. You know, this is his father. I'm not trying to rock the boat, but I got my own guys that I work with. So Leon Rose, who that's his guy, works with Brunson. Rick Brunson, that's his boy. He's going to be on the Knicks. He just has a reduced role now. He's not going to have the same kind of pull that he had when Tibbs was there. A lot of players on the team secretly spoke in private, one-on-one interview conversations, and the problem that they had that they told Dolan was that Rick Brunson had too much control on the team. We all know it's cat, but anyway, we won't do that. So now, anyway, Rick Brunson is demoted. Now he could talk to his son. He no longer has that pull. Now this is going to bring a whole lot of questions. Because if you're Jalen Brunson and you the superstar of this team and your daddy's on the team and you got players going and complaining to the owner about your daddy being the owner of the team, they went over the head of Leon and spoke. They went to Leon Rose and complained. No, the players will be happy that Rick Brunson will have less of a role. That's what Mike Brown wants. Mike Brown said, hey, I have no problems with Rick Brunson. I just like to use my guy. If my ass is on the line, I want to work with the people I'm used to working with. So I'm going to get my staff and we're going to work together, guys that I'm used to working with. Rick can be a part of that team, but he's not going to be the essential guy that's right next to. He was right next to Tibbs because they all knew each other. They all guys, boys. They all grew up. Leon Rose, Tibbs, Rick. So Rick was right there on the coach court. He was coaching. He was out there. Hey, get over there. And a lot of people like, hey, man, tell your daddy to leave me alone. He can coach you. All right? I got to coach. I don't need your daddy telling me what to do. That's where the problems kicked in at. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, where are they going to end up? That's a lot of drama to deal with. Now, I got them going to the NBA Finals because NBC needs to push a team that's got celebrities and marketing base. And the two top teams with celebrities are the Lakers and the Knicks, and they're going to put the Lakers and the Knicks in the NBA Finals. I said that before. Like, as soon as this deal was done, they're going to NBC before Luka was even on the goddamn team. Once he made the team, I knew exactly what the plan was. Make the Lakers a powerhouse, build them up, and build these Knicks into something that they want them to be. Jordan Clarkson is a good addition compared to what they had before last year, even though Clarkson's numbers are, the lowest they've been in the past 2 years. I think they could pull this off. But they're going to have to deal with it. If they stay healthy, see, that's the key. Both teams have to stay healthy because the NBA will pivot. I don't think the Houston Rockets will win the championship. I don't think they go to the NBA Finals. Period.
Madison Square Garden. It's iconic. Our fans, they're the most knowledgeable and passionate, probably in all of sports. What they did in the playoffs shows their potential. I've had great conversations with all of our players, and I'm looking forward to growing positive, strong relationships with all of them over time.
Just kind of what is it for you coming into a team that's reached the conference finals, the expectations you're stepping into?
Right. There's nobody has any bigger expectations, first of all, than I do. My expectations are high. But this is the Knicks. I talked about Madison Square Garden being iconic. I love and embrace the expectations that come along with it. So I'm looking forward to it.
After January 1st or so, they were around the middle of the pack in offensive rating. What did you see from watching them in the second half versus the first half of the year? Kind of stuff that you can clean up a little bit, and more schematically, how do you feel like the offense can get that level where it was when it was best in this last year?
Like I said, I thought Tom Thibodeau did a great job, and the guys did a fantastic job last year. But I'm looking forward. We just added 2 new additions to the team that are going to bring a a lot of versatility to how we're going to play. I just can't wait to get on the court and start implementing things that we want to do offensively to help us grow and take it to another level. But we still got some time before we do that.
Now, Mike Brown, we saw the job he did in in Sacramento. Obviously, he coached.
Well, what y'all think, man? It's a lot of
Look,
trouble starting.
first of all, you hear that inside voice?
Yep.
That's the inside voice. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike Brown was giving an order to not say anything controversial. Give the canned response, company line thing. You know what I mean? Not make no waves. And again, once he gets the team, it's gonna be a whole different story. Once he gets to the summer league, there's gonna be about 2 or 3 guys that can earn a spot in the summer league. It's up to business. The Knicks don't talk to the media. This is why they come up with these little stories and these little. All right, so we all knew he was going to hire a new associate head coach, and they tried to get Borrego. You notice nobody wants to let their guys under contract, not even the assistant coach, out of because they don't want. They feel like the Knicks are big brother or the big boys digging in our yard. So nobody wants to let their coaches go to the Knicks. They feel like, but it's funny how they'll spend that goddamn revenue sharing check for the Knicks. Goddamn, why would somebody want to stay in New Orleans with the worst team in the league? New Orleans is damn lottery bound, man. We all know that Zion ain't gonna play with 40 games.
Yep. Yeah, man. Like I said, he didn't say too much. He didn't give too much. There's a lot of expectation. He didn't put too much pressure on him. He basically said what he needed to say, and he just basically gonna put down his system and put down the coach. The coacher that he wants, and he's gonna get the assistant coaches that he wants to put in here. Man, Rick Brunson is gonna be demoted, but he's still gonna be on the coaching staff. But like I said, as long as he does his job and everything's progression, right, and everything is going in the right direction, I have no problem with it. I do believe he was defensive minded when he first came into the league, but now he definitely worked on his offense, so now he's more of an offensive guy. So the ball is gonna be moving, like you said, he moves at a fast pace, but it's gonna be to the accountability of the team of how they adjust to it. So I can't wait to see how the new system is going. And shout out to Leon Rose. He's definitely working on that bench. We're still waiting on one more person to add on to the team, and we're going to see, man. I mean, I like how the bench is going. Is looking much more better than what it was last year for sure, and this time around we are going to utilize the bench. So they're going to get more playing time. They're not going to just be sitting around like we're sitting at front row seats and stuff, just like looking as fans. They're actually going to get involved and get, into the game. So, the starters could get their rest, so they're not going to be playing high minutes and stuff. Yes, sometimes it is a good thing because, as you've seen in the Boston series, a lot of their, our team was prepared, even though, we was in tip top shape, but other players, when they play high minutes, they end up getting injured or they can't, sustain at certain points. But we actually, yes, it does. We could get injured, but we're used to playing at that high minutes and stuff. But it's not good long term, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're going to 29, going into the 30s, it's not good on the body. So it was actually a right decision to, make this transition to a head coaching position. So yeah, we're gonna see though.
Yeah, and as far as Jackson, unfortunately, and I look, so, I've been arguing Jackson since Isaiah got fired. I said Mark Jackson, Mark Jackson, Mark Jackson. Why? He has no experience. Look at the way listen to the way he talks about the game. Remember, him and Jeff Van Gundy, they were the number one, even back then, they were the number one commentating team on ESPN, right? ABC. They was doing the finals. Look at Mark Jackson is a mind for the game. When Mark Jackson came, he finally got to go to state job a year later. He said, we're going to do something we have not done in this building since the 70s, and that's play defense. And we're not going to give up our offensive advantage. And he got that. See, nobody wants to give him credit, but he got that team to a top like 5 defense before he got fired. You know what I'm saying? And then Kerr came in, and Kerr even admitted, like, yo, the defensive plan that we this is what Mark Jackson had here. So obviously, during the dynasty days, Golden State played defense, and they were great offensively because he's the guy that put the splash. He's the one that came up with Splash Brothers.
Facts.
He one that gave Steph and Clay their swag. So
Facts.
again, but unfortunately with Mark Jackson, and I hate to say it, the Rainbow Mafia, which should not have the power that they have, but they probably do in New York, the Rainbow Mafia has this guy blackball. It's a shame.
It's the NBA. I feel like it's the NBA period. I don't even think it's just New York. The NBA period.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's that Rainbow Mafia. If you got any type of rainbow
religion,
population, they want. And again, it's not like he picks fights. Look, he got his own podcast. How many times did he pick fights with him? How many times did he talk about anything other than basketball?
He's not reaching out. He's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not a person that's, confrontational. Like, he's not a person that's like, trying to say, oh, yeah, they're blackballing me and stuff. But it's obvious he's being blackballed, but he's still, taking the high road, still, motivating and still, praying on it. You know what I'm saying? As he was saying and stuff, especially in the video that you're about to show. But it's just really messed up. Like I told you, like, for me, the men actually, you know what I'm saying? They was going to give up on Stephen Curry. They was going to give up on Stephen Curry, the Golden State Warriors.
Forget that
even
shit.
Before the run happened. Even
Steph
before
Curry,
the run.
my bad. But Steph Curry was in Milwaukee. If he didn't fail that physical, it'd have been Steph and Giannis eventually. Not Steph, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If he didn't fail that physical, Milwaukee gave him back because they didn't like his ankle.
Exactly.
People forget all of that.
Golden State was about to get rid of Stephen Curry because his ankle was causing so much problems. The team wasn't progression, and Mark Jackson did not give up on Steph Curry.
Yep, for Andrew Bogut. The Golden State was about to give up Steph Curry for Andrew Bogut, and they flipped it for Monte Ellis. They forget that.
And that's my only grade because I just feel like, I know it's not Stephen Curry's fault or anything like that. I just feel like, Stephen Curry should put a voice out there and be like, listen, Mark Jackson deserves a job. You know what I'm saying? Just say it publicly, But again, he's not asking for no help or anything like that. But I just feel like, he kind of like, I'm not going to say he owes him, but it's just like, just look out for him. You know what I'm saying? Just say, hey, man, he should be in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. But it just really sucks.
Like I said, he got to play the political game. They're not going to even address it. So,
right. I mean,
it's a shame.
It's definitely a shame, man, because this man looked out for that team for sure. Like they was about to break that team up. It was not going to be no Golden State dynasty without Mark Jackson for sure, because he put that team together, and they just put Steve Kerr, and Steve Kerr just basically benefited from what Mark Jackson put together and held together because they was going to break that team up because they wasn't going nowhere.
And that's the next thing, Outlaw, right? You see how everybody made fun of us for not making the conference finals in 25 years? Golden State, before 2015, they hadn't made it in 39 years. Yep. And look, the Knicks was shit since 2000. But how many Hall of Famers? Melo? How many Hall of Famers walked in the door? You know how many Hall of Famers Golden State had in them 39 years? Chris Mullin, Richmond, Hardaway, motherfucking Weber. All these Hall of Famers they didn't make a conference final in 39 years. So the point I make with that is when you finally break through, you break through. When you finally get it, you get it. So the Knicks got a good roster. I'm actually glad that let's keep it real. I'm not, I ain't gonna be too black power over here, but I'm glad that a black head coach got it because it was the best job available, obviously. Denver, and you see Denver gave it to Adelman. I thought he did a good job. Him taking it, he already got the name, obviously he's Rick Adelman's son. So he did a good job taking OKC to 7. They felt that they're a piece away. So that's the other good job. The rest of these job vacancies are trash. All the rest of these teams. On my podcast, I went over who's the contenders. I think it's 10 teams that can say they could win a championship. 6 in the West, 4 in the East. I got your Detroit Pistons in there. I think they do.
And I'm
Wait,
just not. I'm thinking we're a couple pieces away.
Yeah, y'all probably need some shooters. I need some. Yeah, I know y'all got Robinson, but y'all need a shooter who play defense as well. And y'all need the Beasley situation to work out in your favor. So, but yeah, other than that, I do think y'all are one of them teams. When I say contenders, I say y'all could get to the conference finals. That like the you can at least expect. You can at least try to get. You at least you see yourself in the conference finals. If you get to the final four, I think it's 10 teams. I think I don't. And you like the Lakers. I don't. The Lakers need some defense. The Lakers
I
need a
don't like
defender.
them.
You know the NBC like them, all right,
Right.
whatever, right?
NBC
Yeah.
don't like them.
right.
They don't play no. If their best perimeter defender is Bron and Bronny, that's a problem. Because one think he don't have to play defense, and the other one is just a terrible player. But that's one thing he can do is move his feet because he's in his 20s. But LeBron, he got bad technique as well, like his father.
Yeah.
Unless you got somebody that really work with him on the defensive technique, where he has ability, they both have. The reason why people think that they're good defenders is because their athletic ability allows them to recover from their bad posture and their bad, instincts. They don't really read the ball that well. You can make a compilation video of just burgers washing up LeBron with the crossover. But I know the Bron fans in there going, oh, y'all talking about Bron, but I just talk about contenders. The Lakers are not one, and they better clean it up because Luka might not sign. Luka might not sign that extension. So
Oh no,
No, he's gonna sign.
he's gonna sign. He's
He
gonna
gonna
sign like in what 2-3 weeks? Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, he's gonna sign because it's already set up for him to be there and stuff, and they're gonna build around him.
In my opinion, I think Luka probably want to see what the vision with the Lakers is. Like, who can they attract? Like, they're not good, and they don't have a lot of draft. They'll have their draft pick next year and stuff like that. But they want to see what LeBron does because you want to have some money to spend and attract a free agent. But you see, free agency is almost dead. Where a lot of teams ain't gonna have cap space. The Brooklyn Nets were the only team with cap space who was going in. They said, oh, we drafted 5 bums. We had 5 first round picks that we drafted all bums. And we'll take a bad contract and get another first round draft pick to do it. So that's how they rebuilt after they made that stupid Kevin Garnett trade. That's how they rebuilt. They started taking everybody's bad contracts and getting first round picks, and they were able to turn them into like nice little players.
Well, that worked.
Yeah, but nobody cares about Brooklyn. That's the problem.
Not at all.
Nobody, bro. Harden, KD. I think Kyrie already knew. Kyrie is from the tri-state area. He knew. I don't think Kevin Durant knew how. Maybe his peoples would have told him, like, bro, you're going to go there and nobody going to care about y'all. Y'all could win 65 games. Nobody going to care about Brooklyn. They just don't. I'm sorry. So.
Yeah, not at all.
Something.
Man,
you're gonna have guys. You're gonna have Knicks fans.
If you had a choice,
Mm-hmm.
Mike Brown or Mark Jackson, who would you pick?
I would pick Mark Jackson. If it was all about basketball, Mark Jackson, of course.
If it's no political situation, then I will pick Mark Jackson for sure. But Mike Brown is right there though.
Right. So you
Mike
saw
Brown
the
is right
poll
there.
they did with
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So everybody in New York was basically picking Mark Jackson.
Yeah.
They say he's from New York. This was the right time to get Mark Jackson. And
for a baseball analogy, this ain't a home run, it's a double up the alley.
But he could become assistant. They have the option to make him an assistant coach. But let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? It's just very unfortunate how they treat this man.
But
Mark
you see
Jackson.
how quick they rolled in and rolled over and told Mike Brown and they talked to Dolan and complained about Rick Brunson. You see how quick they did that?
Yeah, I mean, see, look, obviously, Rick is going to keep a job, And honestly, I think one thing that Rick does is keep his son from getting a big ass head. Like I mean, seriously, one tangible thing that I know it's funny, right? Because like, goddamn, what are we in high school? But yeah, man, like he kept like a lot of times that Brunson be, because you even complain about the foul baiting, right? So a lot of times when Brunson want to whine about the referees, I'll be looking to it's funny, they go to the camera, will pan over to Rick, and Rick will be like, Rick is the guy to say, hey, how did I coach you all your life? Stop worrying about the goddamn refs. Don't play that game. They'll just, you'll get to the line enough. Just do what you do. Y'all think he's a foul baiter because he knows how to stop on a dime and actually draw the contact. What's the name knows how to sell contact like goddamn WWE. That's SGA and Harden guys like that. But Brunson knows how to stop on a dime, get the commander to commit and bump him. Now, again, they're going to have to, sometimes if he's doing just that, they're going to have to say, okay, that's not really a foul if you're just stopping whatever. But he does draw a lot of contact. And again, players, defenders are going to have to be more disciplined. Luka does the same shit. A lot of people do the same shit where they play at that different pace thing where, they make it hard for you to time their game. So that's an art in itself. And, SGA is guilty. Harden was always guilty of that, but it worked. It was effective. But, yeah, Brunson, if anything, Rick Brunson is there to make sure his son don't get an ego. Now, look, you got Josh Hart, and Josh Hart is always giving him
Wait, not to cut you off. I just feel like that's overblown because I feel like that's just the media. But players, I think they like Rick Brunson. It's not like he's causing any drama or anything like that. It was just because of the Dante DiVincenzo what he was saying to Tom Thibodeau, but they was making it seem like he was saying that to Rick Brunson because Rick Brunson had addressed it. Dante DiVincenzo. But it was really like him saying like, "Oh, you should let the father run the show because you don't know because you were saying that I can't finish." Yeah, because you were saying that I can't finish around the rim. So Tom Thibodeau. So that's what he was saying to Tom Thibodeau and stuff.
And look, like a lot of players they play with the coach's son, right? So in high school or some shit like that. At some point they play with the coach's son. So it almost it's like a high school. Like, well, damn, we in the pros. And you got one of the coach's sons on as the star of the team. Like it's almost like a high school vibe there. But both of these guys, honestly, Brunson and his father have earned their spot. But you still can't get it out your head that the star of the team is on the is on the coaching staff. His father's on the coaching staff. So at the end of the day, look, suck it up. Y'all niggas are New Yorkers. Y'all on a team. Look, if we win a if the Knicks win a championship, bro, all these dudes are set in New York for life. So focus on that. Stop focusing on the rest of that shit, and just come out and be professionals. Y'all all making a bag in New York. Y'all all gonna be loved. Again, that's what I'm saying. When it was Julius Randle, when the Nets still had KD and all them guys, Julius Randle was the big star in the town from basketball perspective. Nobody, y'all don't know this. Nobody cared about the Nets. We just don't. I tried. I'm from Brooklyn. Tried to get into them. I can't do it. They got no. You can go in Barclays with the VIP. It's real nice. You get courtside seats more easily in the Barclays than you can in MSG for sure. But it's Brooklyn. It's just the Nets.
And I think that's going to be part of the problem because at the end of the day, it's going to come down to basketball. And you're going to have to be able to execute.
Mm-hmm.
And will the Knicks be able to take that leap forward? Because if they don't get to the Eastern Conference Finals this year, this whole season's a failure.
Yeah. The only thing that would stop us is a bad matchup. And again, I think we got the best roster. I think Brown is, again, a solid coach. I think everywhere he's gone, he's at least improved the team from what they were. Like, even with Cleveland, he had the 1 year. Remember, everybody talks about Kyrie had Ramon Sessions Dion Waiters and
Well,
Tristan
before
Thompson.
that, he was their coach prior. He was
He
their
was
coach prior. That was his second run.
Yeah, I know. And again, they had 66 wins. See, again, let's go back because I was just looking at a video about LeBron's Cleveland days. Right? They really was. LeBron was the whole offense because everything they tried to do, everything they tried to get in there, it didn't work out as well as they thought. They got Larry Hughes. They thought Larry Hughes would be the Pippen, and Larry Hughes got too many injuries. And they traded Larry Hughes for Ben Wallace and Serbiak. Serbiak was too old. Ben Wallace was too old. Then they tried to pivot, get Shaq, bring in the Anthony Parkers. Let's keep it a stat.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it a stat. Nothing worked out because LeBron is too ball dominant. LeBron did not. Brown could have. I think it's hard. Like it's hard to build a system around LeBron because he's gonna have to have the ball in his hands, obviously, to optimize the offense. But by the same token, like they brought in Shaq. Shaq was old, but Shaq was 18-8 when he was with Phoenix. Okay. They brought in Jameson. It was hard. Jameson only got 18 games for the playoffs. It was hard to put him into that system. They've known it's not that easy. As we learned, you gotta have catch and shoot players around LeBron James. You can't have the idea you cannot have another ball dominant guy around LeBron James. Why he's still not working with certain guys, But at the end of the day, Mike Brown, one thing he did is he had the defensive system in place because if you want to look at what the second star, why they won 66 games and 61 games, it was because of that. But then the knock on Brown is you didn't come up with nothing in the playoffs to eventually beat the see, they should have beat Orlando. Why they didn't beat Orlando? That's another story.
Because they got shut out the building, brother.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
hey, so Tino, where do you have the Knicks being ranked in the conference next year? In the Eastern Conference.
In the Eastern Conference, probably around
Knicks 5,
third seed.
Third? Oh wow! Finally.
Yeah, I
usually
think,
have us at 6.
Cleveland is going to be.
Cleveland in the regular season.
This is NBC, so yeah, this is NBC. They're going to be pushing y'all. Boston and the rest of these teams are going to pretty much fall down because
Boston
of injury. Pacers are done.
Boston done.
Yeah,
I still believe. I still believe Boston's going to be.
But they're not going to be. They're
they're
not
going to be what they were last year.
Yeah, nah.
Right, they're not going to be
the number one.
Yeah, I got Pacers and Boston in the playoffs, but
I think the Cavs will be number one again. I mean,
low key, shaping up.
Yeah, that's going to be the Pistons is a bad matchup for the Knicks. So
y'all need a shooter. Y'all need a shooter.
We really don't.
I think last year y'all was really strong last year. This year it's like y'all kind of took a step back. And I'm not just saying that just to be funny.
Yeah, I think we did right now. Everybody think Ivy's coming back is going to be the key. I think we need to get busy. I'm gonna be honest, and listen, I know I'll be joking with the whole Dennis Schroeder and stuff. I thought y'all was gonna return to Dennis Schroeder. I really thought y'all was gonna return.
Now you see, I was watching Gil's Arena during the playoffs.
Oh,
Cleveland got an issue. Cleveland got it. Like nobody has covered this, but Cleveland, game 2, after they lost to Indiana, Mobley and Hunter did not suit up. They had small injuries, but Garland suited up and tried to, go through warm-ups. Them two said, "Oh, we out." But meanwhile, both of them played game 3. A lot of people on Cleveland, a lot of the Cleveland, the Struces of the world and the Ty Jerome's, and I know Jerome went somewhere else. But a lot of people did not like the fact that they didn't suit up and felt like they wasn't really giving their all to. So Cleveland got an issue in that locker room that nobody covers it. They don't think that that's a big deal, but I think it is. If you feeling like two of the better players on the team, and obviously Mobley had just got his defensive player of the year trophy announcement, right? They didn't like the fact that they didn't suit up for game 2 and they lost that game 2. So they were already down 0-2 going in that situation. They didn't like the fact that you guys had injuries, but it were minor because y'all came back and played game 3.
Right.
I'm just saying that can linger. That can linger. So that's why I mean Cleveland is just one of them teams where they might just be a regular season team.
You right.
Sort of like Philly. Oh, Philly. Philly's terrible, man. I mean, look, they got Edgecombe. Edgecombe looked like he's going to be the truth. But as you know, if Embiid don't give you 60 games, Philly's a wrap.
She ain't.
I'm thinking that the surprise team in the East might be the Milwaukee Bucks.
A lot of
people
real?
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of Porter as the full-time point guard?
He's
that's the problem.
I mean, that's the thing. Sometimes Giannis is going to be bringing the ball up a lot. But I think they're going to be in the playoffs.
I think Giannis is bluffing.
They're going to be in the playoffs, but as far as a team that can get to the conference finals, if you're on Porter as the point guard, because remember, you got to have somebody that they build the wall on Giannis, so you got to have that guard that can keep give Giannis more operating space. Yeah, and they're healthy too. So I don't, I just think they're okay. Because they got Giannis, he's an MVP level player. They're gonna be good. They're gonna be win games. But if they had gotten
the best player, Turner, I don't know how far you really gonna go.
Yeah, and you bring back Gary Trent. Gary Trent is like Gary Trent from the Raptors. Can he turn it up a notch? Because they're gonna need backcourt scoring. If I put it this way, they get 15, they get a solid 15 out of both of them guys. All right, they'll be, and if they get back to their defense, that's the next thing. They don't play defense no more. The championship Bucks play defense. This team don't play defense for whatever reason. Doc Rivers overrated as hell. Let's keep it a stack.
He is, though. Nah, he is.
I don't know if they have the personnel.
And that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. You gotta, in this day and age, you gotta have a good roster. You gotta have a rim protector, obviously. Turner's a decent rim protector. But you see, he don't get a rebound. I actually see, you know what? Now I just see something. Bet the over on Giannis rebounds every night. Because Giannis probably gonna get the rebounding title playing next to Turner. You thought Lopez was a bad rebounder.
Right.
At least Lopez get you 6'7".
I mean,
Turner get you 4'5".
LB still hate him.
They pretty much play the same way, to be honest. Turner and Lopez.
Yeah, I mean they brought back Bobby Portis, right? Or they still negotiating with Bobby Portis. That's a big deal too.
I think they brought him back.
Yeah, I mean Portis gonna win his money. The quarter said I took $13 million next year. I probably can get $20 million somewhere else. I don't know because nobody got cap space, but he gonna say, I'm gonna want this. Because Portis is a pretty good, he's a walking, off the bench, he's a walking 15-8, so. Quentin Grimes didn't get signed either, right? What's going on?
I don't think he got signed yet.
Yeah, and again, he can only go to he can only do a sign and trade to go with Philly, and he gotta convince Philly to spend the money. But Quentin Grimes probably worth at least $20 million a year. If guys like Duncan Robinson got that years ago.
They got a bad attitude, man.
Y'all should definitely come out the East next year, bro. Like the Knicks, man. Like the only team y'all really got to worry about is Cleveland. I like Orlando. I think Orlando roster's really good. They just don't have the experience that y'all have yet. But like player for player, like they're dope, bro. So like other than them too,
on the Orlando train right now, and it's crazy because I'm like, they ain't even played yet.
I mean, based off what because they was good last year. I mean, Paolo
It
was
was
hurt
good
most of
last
last
year.
year, and he was hurt most of last year. And when he came back, they was they looked good. And then they went and got Bane, which is what they needed desperately. They needed shooting.
Boom.
They
And
needed
they got
shooting badly.
a
And
Kennard too for the bench shooting. Yeah, so
you
shooting
got
was their
Canard,
issue.
and they went and got that. If Paolo can stay healthy, man, I feel like they should be a top 3 team with Cleveland and New York. I feel like those should be the top 3
For
teams.
sure.
Like,
For sure. And their coach is underrated too. They got a
yeah,
pretty good coach.
yes, sir. Now that's who I wanted the Wizards. So when we was looking for our coach, we was trying to get Mosley, bro, and yeah, we ended up with Keith. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's definitely a great coach, man.
Again, I don't want to get too pro black, but again, sometimes a lot of these coaches, like black coaches, they got to be perfect. Like, you
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
They can
Yeah,
have
And they do
nothing
good
crazy
job, but
laid
they
back
don't
in
get
them.
recognized.
You
yeah,
can't
because
have nothing laid back
I
in
don't
them.
know why Sam Cassell can't get a damn job like that.
Thank
To
you.
me, is that's crazy, bro. Like that's
Thank you.
crazy.
Yep.
Thank you. I mean, with the Knicks, obviously the word was we wanted a guy that coached before, like been a head coach before. So
No,
that
to
was
have experience.
yeah.
You don't want to go into this situation where you have high expectation and then you get a first year head coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's why I knew
that was what they
that
I
wasn't
wanted,
mean,
gonna
no,
which
happen.
I still think is.
it don't even gotta be the Knicks though. I mean, just anybody. Like, you know
Yeah,
what
I
I
know.
mean?
I
Like
know.
whoever. Like, it's crazy. Like man, resume speaks for itself. Like he's been an assistant, I think, since
Since
Doc was still in Boston. I think he been there
Mm-hmm.
since then.
Mm-hmm.
that and
Like
on the Spurs as well too.
yeah,
Popovich.
like that's crazy.
Yeah, he got like 4 rings as an assistant
Mm-hmm.
coach.
As an assistant coach, man. Like, yeah, I
I
don't
think
understand.
Yeah,
I
man.
think about this. Mind the blame. Mind the blame got 2 guys over there that got head coaching jobs with zero assistant, zero coaching experience, period. These guys, Steve Nash was coaching soccer. He was literally coaching soccer at Chelsea
Mhm.
Piers.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
crazy, man. And that's
That's
where the Nets
crazy.
messed up at. You don't. That's what I'm saying. With that team, you needed a real head coach, and that's where they exactly messed up. Then they also messed up doing that trade with Cleveland and getting rid of their center and getting James Harden. That was the biggest mistake that the Nets made, and then that completely turned their defense on. So that's why a lot of teams their interior defense was terrible. So that's where the Nets
Def-
Mm-hmm.
they got 2 stars.
JJ
I
Redick was
mean,
coaching 6th grade girls.
I know. It's crazy how they say sports is a game of inches, bro. Because like, let's be real. Like, if KD is behind that 3-point line and hits that shot, the whole narrative for that Brooklyn team is completely dead. Like, I truly
Completely
believe they
different.
go on to do something that year.
But
And
that's Nash's
yeah,
fault.
however they didn't, but they
That's
didn't. So it
Nash's
is what it
fault
is.
for
But
playing Kevin Durant the entire game. There's never a reason to play a player who
Mm-hmm.
can't
I agree.
play a game. That's
I
never
agree.
gonna help you because now he go to overtime. He got nothing left. He put everything in that shot, and he had no energy left for overtime. He was shooting air balls.
And mind
Yep.
you, he
I
just came
agree.
off of Achilles injury as well too.
Yep.
Not too
Yeah,
long
Yep.
ago.
Fast forward the first round in LA, this guy plays a 41-year-old in the whole starting unit, the
Man,
whole second half. And what
man,
happened in every single game? The Lakers ran out of
man.
gas in the fourth quarter. They scored 85 points in the fourth quarters of 5 games. For the whole series, they got outscored.
I
Mind
can't,
you,
man.
Minnesota wasn't even playing good and blew them out in the fourth quarters. There you
I
go.
Yep.
can't wait to
But
hear the
you
Lakers
get
complaining
these
this year. It's
white boy
gonna be
head coaches
so
with no
fun, bro.
let me not to get too. Like I
It's
said, I
gonna be
don't play the race card that much.
it's gonna be fun listening to them blame everything on Aiden this year. I can guarantee you that. That's going to be hilarious,
Oh,
bro.
you already know they're gonna look for
Hilarious.
somebody to it's either
It's
gonna be the head
DeAndre.
coach. It's gonna be either the head coach or it's gonna be Andre for sure. But it might be
But
the head coach.
Andre
Watch it be Luka Doncic.
and his fadeaway post shots, like they gonna be killing them for them things, bro.
Yep.
Like, they ain't gonna
Because
use
that's
Luka
all I
Doncic
said.
as a
Because
scapegoat
now
like they
he
said
playing
they,
in
they
a
did
he playing
last
that.
year.
See, he playing in LA now, bro. It's a difference. See, when you in Phoenix and when you with
Mm-hmm.
Portland, you don't play on TV every night. See, now these fadeaway post shots that he love to shoot are gonna be on full display, and people
Mm-hmm.
gonna be like, "Yo, this nigga soft." This is why he
Mm-hmm.
only shoot 1.2 free throws a game. And
Mm.
yeah, but yeah, that's I don't know why they think that's about to change because he playing with Luca all of
Stephen
a
A.
sudden. Like
Smith
that's
don't
Uh-huh.
play.
big.
LeBron.
My thing is they
The,
might get out JJ
Like
Redick
that's
because, like I said,
big.
it's every time when LeBron James have a head coach, it takes every 2 years, and then they get on the head coach. Then they're gonna say, "Oh, it's the head coach's fault," and he might be going the very next year and stuff because
Yeah.
the team's not
I'm gonna be
progressing.
honest with
It's,
you. If I was them, I'd be trying to get Brown up out of there. Like I wouldn't even. I mean,
they done tried to
I don't
trade
see
him. They
the
realized he got no
point of
trade value.
going into the season with him.
The
he's
Knicks,
Like
the
I'd
only
be trying
Knicks,
to get him up
the
out of
only thing
there.
they
To
can
be
do is
honest
buy
with
him
you,
out. The
well,
only thing
he
do
they can
that.
do is
You know what
buy
I
him
mean?
out.
Why not?
listen.
Why not?
He's not going
Like,
nowhere,
what
man.
sense does it make
This is
schematically though? Let's
he
be
does
honest.
this.
Schematically,
They,
from a
Who in
basketball
their right mind's
standpoint,
gonna trade for
Big
40-year-old
Bird.
LeBron
it
James?
makes no
Nobody.
sense
Matic.
because
Ain't
Nobody.
nobody
you
gonna
can't
trade for
have
40-year-old
three
LeBron
you
James. He
can't
stuck
have
where
three
right where
defensive
he at.
liabilities in your lineup, right? You already got Luca ain't going nowhere, and it looked like Austin Reeves is going to be there too. So you can't have three guys on the lineup who
That
just
don't play
are
defense.
easy for the defense to attack. This is you
and
know what
they
I mean.
already tried to
So
lowball Austin Reeves on the extension too. They tried to
yeah, he
lowball
might.
Austin Reeves.
He might have made a mistake though. He might be the next Dennis Schroeder. He probably should have took that. I don't know why he might have messed up on that one. But
Well,
anyway, yeah, they gonna get cooked defensively though. Like if LeBron's on that team, their defense is horrible, bro. And it's like,
they got a boy band. They got a boy band.
If you imagine
yeah, I
LeBron
agree.
and James Harden on the same team, they gonna lose. Like really?
Yeah. Like
That's
you're
Tennessee.
not because you already know when the playoffs start, the other team is going to scheme for them to get picked on, like they did with Minnesota. Like Julius Randle was out that joint looking great. I mean, even though he did it the entire playoffs, but in that specific series, man, we've never seen him look like that, man. And it was because they kept putting Braun and them on him, and he was going to work. Like
Thinking Rui Hachimura
you,
could got something for Julius Randle. Come on
like
now.
it's not going. They got to do
Who the
something
hell
about
is
that. And as
Julius
long as this
Randle?
team is together, that's going to happen no matter who they play. And
He
if you
ain't
think
doing
Aiton going to do anything against Joker if y'all run up against them, yeah, okay. Like, that's hilarious.
Aiton is Andre Drummond 2.0.
Aiton gonna get
Remember
hurt.
how that worked out for the
Man,
Lakers?
not even, though. At least Drummond give you 14 rebounds. Like, he not even that. Like,
God
he not
damn.
even that, bro. Like, I can't even disrespect Drummond. Like, he not even that. Drummond at least going to give you 12 to 14 boards.
Is
Like,
Drummond that big African looking dude with pink lips?
this dude DeAndre Ayton think he LaMarcus Aldridge just without the game. Like he want to shoot all these damn mid-range shots and
Same
fadeaway
jump
jumpers,
shot.
but yeah, like nah, bro,
And
that ain't
the
it.
worst part, he's standing right there in LeBron's driving lane. So LeBron gonna start complaining about why he can't get to
This
the
nigga in the
basket
way.
because the center will be there. The shade off Aiton. Aiton ain't stretching it out. Nah, he don't even got the
LeBron
Nah,
AD
not
got
at
shooting
all.
the
range.
Jordan rule, dog. LeBron got the Jordan rule. Cause it's like you can't touch that nigga. Jordan can wrap his arm around you, push out, all that. Like LeBron is, I don't even understand why people think he a great basketball player. You can't touch him.
I agree.
He always flopping.
Nope, he got a
It's
halo. He got a halo, and he could use that Heisman push off all day.
Yep.
There's a literal halo around LeBron. If you
Don't forget,
get in that halo to defend him,
and
you'll pick a foul.
don't forget the crab dribble. Don't forget the
Oh, the
crab
crab
dribble. I'm
dribble,
a
yeah.
Wizards fan. I would never let that shit go.
They
Like
give they let him
we
take
ain't never
4
seen that
steps.
prior old post.
40-something
Fuck
thousand
is
for
the hell is
crab.
a damn crab
I
dribble?
don't know
I've
what y'all
never
talking
heard of
about.
it ever. It's a crab dribble.
Dog,
The
It's a
way
crab
LeBron
dribble.
LeBron
The
handles
hell
the
is a
ball, he
crab
ain't got
dribble,
no
bro?
bag, no handle. He got the little crabby dribble.
I
That's
just
all he
don't
got.
understand the
I'll tell you,
I
Bron
if
just
got
don't
it though.
understand the hyper.
I've said this many times. If y'all remember Darvin Ham, like
Don't tell
Darvin Ham was a pure dunker. If Darvin Ham had a set shot, and a crab, and he could crab dribble and give him 2 or 3 more inches, he would have been basically LeBron James back in the 90s. Let's keep it real. That's all LeBron got that
man,
Darvin Ham don't got.
man.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that bag of tricks that LeBron got outside of that. The spin move to the basket, you know, a little bit of hang time, but other than that,
He got the Earl Campbell shoulder. That's pretty much
yeah,
it.
the
He out there
shoulder
doing his
lean,
Earl Campbell.
the
That's
shoulder
it.
dip.
That's
He
pretty
got the
much
Michael
it.
Jordan.
No real step back shot. He got the muscle memory set shot. He ain't no pure
That's
shooter.
what he got. That's what I think. I don't even understand.
That bitch is
Hype
ugly.
He
around.
should have stayed in Miami, bro, because them good roids they was giving him down there that had him and D Wade throwing alleys from the parking lot. Like I ain't gonna, that was the best Bron, man. Like I'd have stayed down there, kept getting them good old
Yeah,
roids.
cause
Why do you think
Allegedly,
Hey,
LeBron
Sam,
takes
man.
2 weeks off
Allegedly.
every
We
year
don't, we
at
don't
least?
want to mess up my man China. Allegedly.
Why do you think
Y'all
LeBron
don't
takes
think why
two
Sam
weeks
Cassell
off
ain't got
or
no
3 weeks off
job.
with a fake injury every year? A fake injury.
Oh, all you
Last
gotta do
year,
is look, bro. All you gotta do is look at the highlights. Like with the stuff they was doing in Miami. Like, come on, man. Like they was literally throwing alleys from the concession stand. Like it was crazy. Like it was like, bro, come on. Like, come on, man.
That nigga was getting
Like,
out his
come
car
on.
shooting free throw.
Like, come on, man. It was
Sam Cassell
obvious.
ugly. He had- That's the point.
Hey man, that's the
He ain't
2 point
camera ready,
geezer.
dog.
San Cassell was a problem, man. Like
That
on
boy
that court,
ugly,
man.
man. That's
He's
why
a
he ain't got no
problem.
head coaching job. You gotta
And
be camera friendly.
I'm imagining he's a good
That nigga
assistant
like
coach too, because he keep a job. I don't understand.
yeah, Cassell was the dude.
they
I
want
was
that
he the
nigga
reason why I
over
like
there.
Florida State to this day.
Yeah, Cassell was that dude,
He
man. Y'all
ugly.
gotta go look at you.
He's not a coach. He don't look like a coach. He just look ugly. They don't want the
I've been
camera
saying he
on
don't look
him
like a
every
coach.
time.
Hey, go ahead, yo.
Yeah,
Say he
that's
don't look like
They
a
don't,
coach.
they
Hey,
don't
go
want him to
ahead.
be the face of the operation. Is that what you're trying to
that's
say?
That's
courtesy
why.
for you.
I'm telling you.
They don't want him to
Go
be the
ahead.
face of the operation.
Hey, go ahead, man.
See, he gonna the sad part that he gonna have to go coach on
They
the
don't
college
want him.
level,
They
man.
don't want him.
The
All
way
They
that
that
don't,
hey
they don't
man,
want
black
him doing
coaches
interviews.
need their spot. They need
that
they
boy
love,
ugly.
man.
Oh man,
You
go
know
ahead,
who
man.
is a good coach?
Hey, dog,
The guy that just coached Aiton dumbass up in Portland, Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, Chauncey. Yeah,
I
nah,
think
Chauncey.
Portland is gonna be better than a lot of people think next year. I think they're gonna make the playoffs.
Point
Portland.
guards typically make great coaches.
Whoa.
Like you're basically the coach
Oh,
on the floor
that's Trey
anyway
team.
when you playing.
That's who team.
He gave Trey
I
a
said
team.
that's Trey
Portland.
team.
Yeah, that's Trey team. Trey a Portland fan now.
Oh yeah, well look,
Cino made that his team last
See,
night.
Cena made his team.
Charlie, watch.
The
Portland gonna be
Trail
Detroit
Blazers.
West. Portland gonna be the Detroit Pistons West. They're gonna surprise a lot
The
of people next year.
Trailblazers.
They're gonna battle because they play
Yeah,
the fact that they play defense and they players ready to take a step up. Shaden Sharp, and the Israeli kid. The Israeli kid be cooking,
that,
man.
that white boy
Avia,
too. They got
Avia.
from the white boy they got from UConn too. Klinger.
Oh,
That's his name
Clinton,
is
yeah, and that's what again
Klinger. Yeah.
yeah. You got to look watch for him in your parlays early on
What's
because
that
he
nigga?
gonna get the starting job now.
Irish. Clinigan.
Clinton, yeah,
Donovan Klinger.
Boy, I
yeah. Remember they
Yeah.
won a national
play with
championship
the sun.
behind
He the
him.
reason. He the reason. UConn went back to back. Like it was. He
Exactly.
was there
Too.
for
Yeah, I
both. He was
forgot they
there for
went back
both
to
of
back.
them. He was there for both of them.
Yeah, man. So
Them
watch
white
out for
boys.
Portland.
James
Shaden
State
Sharp is
playing
going.
bad.
He gonna take a step up. He's another next one of the Calipari. I guess one of the last people Calipari coached down there in Kentucky.
I mean, if it's a Calipari guard, he probably gonna be all right. That's probably a safe bet.
This nigga say Shannon
Probably.
Sharp.
Shaden
Shaden
Sharp.
Sharp.
Oh,
It's
Shaden. I'm like, what the hell is Shannon Sharp doing playing basketball?
A lot of people call him Shaden Sharp.
a lot of people call him that though. Yeah, it's fact.
So,
Dog,
Shade
you know,
Sharp though.
I don't
that's
know
my.
none of these people. They all in my book of hatred. I don't know
Any
none of
of y'all got a dark horse team in the East?
Dark
But
horse.
a team that nobody got in the playoffs, but you think might make the playoffs.
76.
Toronto.
76.
Toronto.
76.
Yes, Toronto. Toronto.
I can see Toronto sneaking
Cino,
in there.
You
Why
got
is
some stock in
nobody
it.
saying
I can picture
Put
Atlanta
this
making the playoffs low key.
Man, if Joel Embiid is back, yeah, they're gonna make the playoffs.
Joel
I think
Embiid
Cino
can
got
The
some.
play.
Sixers.
Cino, I think
Hey,
you got some
Cino, hold
stock
on. Let
in
me
the
turn my camera.
76ers,
Oh,
I
man.
got to
Ben's
turn my
ready to
camera on for
finish
this one. Hey,
team.
Cino. Hold on. The Sixers are bruh. Joel Embiid done, bruh. Him, Paul George, the Sixers are done. They're done. Stick a
that
fork
boy
in them.
Uh-oh.
Embiid got his one
That man
MVP.
walking around. That man knees is done. He walking around. Yeah, he's done. He's done, man. Like
When you have
he's
knee
done.
problems that keep acting up on you, you ain't never gonna make it through a whole season. The best thing they could do is try to
He's done.
nurse him through, hopefully get to the playoffs with him reasonably healthy.
Here you
Because
go.
he ain't giving you 50 games. He ain't giving you 60, 70 games and the playoffs healthy. It's just not gonna happen no more.
Hell no. Hell no.
Oh,
He might not put it
Hell
back
no.
together
You
either.
lucky if you get 40.
He
You
may not put
lucky
it
if
back
you get
together
40
either.
out here at this
Exactly.
point, bruh.
Exactly. This is what it is.
Yeah, nah, he's done.
That man has
man.
played less than 500 games.'s been in the league for 11 years now.
But
Come on now.
we gotta. I ain't gonna lie. The team that's coming up for sure is the Magic.
they gonna make it like that?
The Magic is a team that is to watch
Yeah,
out for.
The Mavericks.
the Magic would have been here. They was in December. They was the
The
2
Magic
seed.
they
Y'all
was
forget.
already a playoff team though.
Yeah, they would. This was it. They were a 2
The
seed in
Magic
December
still
when we was doing all that in-season tournament shit. They were the 2 seed.
They was
The
already
injuries
in the
kept piling
playoffs.
up.
Hey, he's talking about teams that they in the playoffs that might make.
Make the playoffs.
I don't know what the
Yeah.
hell the Miami Heat are doing. Miami
Nah,
Heat
they
gonna make
definitely
no
was.
moves.
Oh, Miami got them, but Miami just they got Timu Jimmy Butler.
That's
it.
how I know they're a good team. They lost their 2 best players and still got there because I think Wagner got hurt too.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the Rockets.
Atlanta. Everybody like Atlanta. Okay, let's see if Ogwangu can be the full because you ain't getting none out of Porzingis. Porzingis was just a bad contract that Atlanta had the space to farm.
That nigga got a bad name, Porzingis.
Now Porzingis, if he can get to the playoffs, he might give you some 3-point. But I don't know, man. They had this viral infection shit 2 years in a row.
They still got Dyson Daniels, or he left?
Yeah, they got Dyson Daniels.
I don't know. He ascended, man.
Question. I got a question because I raised this on my show. Reece Chauze, what y'all think of Reece Chauze, the first pick from last year?
I think he's pretty decent. I thought he was Andre Karolinko coming into it. Like I pretty much, and I think that's what
if he's Andre Karolinko, that's a big get for Atlanta.
If you look at him, he pretty much do. That's pretty much what he do, though. He played defense.
Oh, really? Well, I don't see the defense because Andre Karolinko was a straight shot blocker. I can see offensively.
Yeah,
bro,
I think sleeping on AK-47. He was nice. He was never like a star, but he was dope.
Outside of the guys that got hurt, outside of the number 1 overall picks that got hurt, and Anthony Bennett should have never been the number 1 pick ever. Right?
Yeah, he was the worst one of ever.
He's the worst one. So I'm taking him out. Hold on, I'm taking him out. I'm taking Greg Oden out, and I'm taking Fultz out. Right? Fultz unfortunately just had the freak injury. Right?
Yeah.
Outside of him, the worst number 1 pick since outside of Reece Chauze, the last time I think a number 1 pick was bad because he was ass is Andrea Bargnani in 2006. That's the last number 1 pick that was as bad as Reece Chauze.
He was alright though.
1 minute.
Bargnani was alright with the Knicks. He went to the Knicks and got buckets a couple years.
See, that's the problem. Let me tell you the worst part about Bargnani. Dude was 7 feet tall, and his career high rebounds was 6.
True.
And they got Stephen A. Jackson.
Dude would give you 16 points and 4 rebounds.
Yeah, but that's not ass though. Like
You
ass to
just
me is
like to
Dog,
like,
you a
brag on.
7 footer.
if you getting
I'm
16
sorry,
points in
bro.
the NBA, if you getting 16 points in the NBA game, bro, like
But
that's you
see, he
not
was
ass.
yeah, but he was
Like,
like he got 14, right? But that's what I'm saying. But you number one, you a number one pick,
yeah,
and
but
you
ass though, you can think of number one. Like, okay, I'm with you. Anthony Bennett was out the league within like 3 years.
yeah,
Like
that's what I'm saying. I take him
that's
out because he
ass.
shouldn't have been the number
That's
one pick.
ass. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
but he
saying?
shouldn't. Anthony Bennett should have never been the number one pick. They should
Michael
have.
Olowokandi. That's like
Yeah,
that's
yeah, that's
ass.
an
You know what I'm
old
saying?
candy was bad
That's
too.
ass. You know what I'm saying?
Hold,
Like, yeah, like
hold, hold,
Bargnani wasn't that.
hold up. I know you didn't just disrespect Greg Oden like that. Oh hell no.
No, I took
No.
Greg Oden out because he was
Oh,
injured.
don't take that, dog.
Greg
I
Oden was
agree
supposed to
to
be the
go.
next Bill Russell, but he had a birth
Hey,
defect with a
he still
longer
shouldn't have
leg.
went
Agree
over.
to
He
go.
shouldn't have went over
But
KD
no
though.
disrespect.
Terrell, injury or no injury, yeah, coming into that, they was bugging. I don't know why they did that. Like they was bugging.
Because they already had a killer on their team. That's why they did it.
They won a
No,
national championship.
no, they
Yeah,
didn't.
they
They
no, they
lost
had
to
because they
that.
had Brandon Roy. They had Brandon Roy
They
and
had Brandon
Aldridge
Roy.
already.
They had Brandon
But
Roy
yeah,
already. So it's like, why would you draft KD? You
Bruh.
already got a
Because
guy. You already
because he
got a
was
superstar on your team.
obviously a transcendent talent. Like, bro, I'm sorry. The
It's
same
just
thing they
like
did.
it's just like
Same
when
thing
they
they did when
drafted
they
him.
had same thing when they had Clyde. They made the same mistake. Like, bro, I don't care what you already
No,
got.
that was not a mistake.
When there's
No, that was
somebody
not a
sitting,
mistake. That
bro,
was an unfortunate circumstance
when
that
somebody is
Sam
sitting
Bowie got
there,
hurt.
hold on, bro.
Why
Context
y'all
matters, bro.
using big words?
KD,
What's wrong with
and
you?
Jordan. Let's speak for Portland, right? When they passed on KD and Mike, the context matter, bro. The stuff that was being said about them players at the time was these was transcendent players that we haven't seen at that which we had at that time. You ain't seen nobody like Mike, and you ain't seen nobody like KD. You passed that up for a 7 footer, bro. That was, I mean, yeah, he was dominant, but he wasn't a transcendent talent. You know what I'm saying? And that was to me was stupid, even though. You know what I'm saying? The injuries was unfortunate, but even if he'd have played healthy and not got injured, I still think KD would have went on to be way better
What
than
was
him. Like
unfortunate injury?
based
Okay,
on
so
What
you
was the
so let's just say for context, you draft Michael Jordan in '84.
yeah,
Where the hell is he gonna play at? What you gonna
bro,
put him at point guard? He's not gonna play
greatness.
point guard.
He played point at
nigga
Chicago for
Jordan
one
didn't
point.
produce
He
what a
played
crack
point
shot?
guard. He played point guard under Doug Collins. He could have did that in
Well,
Portland.
you
Come
played
on, bro.
point guard. Yeah, he played point guard.
yeah.
He played point guard. But every time that nigga played against them small guards, his ass got cooked. So no.
Bro, come on, man. You don't pass up on talent. Like, I'm sorry, I always go with talent. I don't give a damn what's on my roster. Like,
What is
if
the
there's a player
Nah, if
sitting
you
unfortunate
would
there,
have
injury?
You
said,
got to
nah, if you
if
remember
would
it's
have
a
back in the
player
said,
day, they
sitting
felt
there,
that the center was going to. They always felt
nah,
that
if
the
you
center
would
was
have
going to be
said,
the franchise player over any guard. They always
nah, if
felt
you
that way.
would have maybe said, like, okay, like when Cito talked about Houston wanted to draft Michael Jordan. Now, if you would have stuck him in Houston with Hakeem, I was like, okay, that would have worked.
No, they would have got him instead of a
nah,
king.
they would have got him instead of Hakeem because they was in the same
Then,
draft.
They would have trade
Portland gets a
no, they
king.
was gonna,
If
they was
Houston
gonna
gets
trade.
Jordan and
But
Portland
here's
gets
the
a
thing.
king, then the
But here's
Bulls
the
would have been
thing.
stuck with Sam
No,
Bowie.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. They were gonna trade Ralph Sampson and
Yeah,
get Michael Jordan, so they was gonna get both of them
yeah.
in
Okay.
the same
That
draft.
would have been a cold team if you think about it. If they'd have
Man,
No.
traded something.
Jordan and Clyde would have been a way better version of Pippen and
Yeah,
Jordan had he went to.
yeah,
I
it would
honestly
have been
believe that
way better.
it'd have been a
What do
way
y'all
better
think about
version
the
of
Rockets now?
Pippen.
Because what? Because
You would have had
everybody
to have
talks
a
about,
coach to
oh,
believe
Ralph,
in that.
but you gotta think about this. Everybody talks about, oh well, they didn't make up this because they got Ralph Sampson. I said, yeah, but what happened to Ralph Sampson?
He got
He got
hurt.
hurt.
He got hurt.
Yeah, again,
Ralph Sampson was a beast.
Ralph
Ralph
Sampson.
Sampson was a
The
beast.
way they look at Wembanyama, that's how they look at Ralph Sampson back in the day. Ralph Sampson was.
He
They
Nah, he
was
thought
was a
he
way
was
beast.
going to
younger.
be.
Him
Yeah,
and Brad Daugherty. Injuries ruled both of them.
Only,
Like
only
they
thing,
both.
Brad
only
Daugherty
thing
had
that
8 good
Ralph,
years too with Cleveland, though. Brad
Yeah,
Daugherty was a problem.
Brad Daugherty was a problem. Injuries ruined history with them for
Yeah.
Hey,
sure.
what do y'all think about the Rockets team now? Like, what do y'all think?
I
I
think they the
think they're
third
good
best team.
everywhere. They
They the
just
third best team
need
in the
another
West.
point guard develop, and they need to Reed
Only
Shepard
thing I'm gonna
develop
say
into something.
is when it comes
'Cause
to
I
the
don't like
Rockets,
Van Vliet.
on paper they can win a championship on paper.
In
But
reality,
Yeah.
just because I'm gonna say this again, because I said this before. Just because you put it together don't mean it's gonna work like that.
mm-hmm.
Man, I'm still mad at them when they gave
They still
Steve
looking up
Francis
at
90
OKC
million
and
for 1 year.
Denver though.
Like they make stupid decisions out here in Houston, man, especially with
Oh,
football
you didn't
and
like
basketball.
trading for T-Mac? You didn't like trading Francis for T-Mac?
Man,
I
both of them
mean,
niggas.
at that
I ain't
time,
gonna lie. I
they
thought y'all was gonna
problem,
win the chip when y'all
their
did that.
problem,
Like
their
when
problem
they put
was
T Mac with the y'all man, I thought the chip was coming. I
their
definitely did.
problem is this. Their problem was this. Every year they played together, one of them got hurt. It was
Mm-hmm.
either Tracy
Yeah,
McGrady was hurt or Yao Ming was hurt.
yeah. And who was the
Fact.
other dude that always injury prone that they had when a couple of years ago when James Harden was on the team? The dude that
Chris
always was
Paul.
injured. Yeah, like they
Yeah.
always get those kind of players, man. It's like they doing a point spread or something. I'm like, why would you get them niggas? You know what I
Yo, I
mean?
just realized something. Kennedy is sober. It's too early in the day for him to be drunk. He actually sound like he makes some sense.
Yeah, go ahead.
Stay out my
What up,
business.
Kennedy? How you
Stay
doing,
out my
big boy?
goddamn business.
Tennessee.
Hey,
I didn't even realize that was Kennedy. You actually sound
man,
man.
man, fuck all that. I'm
Yeah.
2 cups in. If y'all talk about sports,
Tell him,
I
Tennessee, man.
said
Get
Sam
all that,
Cassell
man.
too ugly to be a head coach. And
Oh
that's
yeah,
the
you
truth.
came up with that. I didn't
You
realize that was you. Yeah, the shit. Cassell, the reason why y'all got that first championship for sure, because Lord knows Derek Harper took Kenny Smith's soul in that
Yes,
goddamn
he
'94
did.
finals, bro.
Yes, he
Wow.
did.
I remember that, dog. I remember that,
Yes,
And
dog.
he
Cassell,
did.
Came off the bench and started giving y'all some point guard play.
2-point
Yeah, but he
geezer.
ugly, though. He can't be a head coach, man. He not camera ready.
Man,
I'm
look.
telling y'all. Look at
Well,
that
look,
nigga head coach.
now y'all head coach is too goddamn handsome because he fucking everybody's wife.
You
Man.
got damn right. That's what we do down here,
The
dog.
dumbest,
We
the
get it
dumbest,
in.
the dumbest damn decision you ever made. I'm like, bro, when I saw what that woman looked like, I
Oh, and
said,
you got
you
Nia
cheated
Long,
on
you
me.
got Nia Long
You
back
cheated
home.
on me alone. No, you cheated on me alone with that. No, you
With
deserve to be
that,
fired for that shit.
hold on.
Was she a
Wasn't the
You,
other
4?
coach that was in
What was she, a 4 or
California? There was
3?
a player that was knocking
Ain't that
down
typically
what's
ain't
his
that
name? Mike
typically how it
Barnes'
go though?
wife.
Nah,
Yeah,
she was like a 3. I ain't gonna lie.
Was it
Out of
Jesus
Doc
all of
Christ.
them.
Rivers?
That's
that
typically
bitch
how
was
it
like
go
a
though.
negative. Nah, that bitch was like a -5.
Hey, was it Doc Rivers that was knocking down Matt Barnes' wife or something?
See, I
One
was
of them
trying to be
coaches.
nice.
Yeah, no,
No,
not
that was
Doc
Nah,
Rivers.
that was
no,
Derek
Derek Fisher.
Fisher.
that was Derek
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 Fisher,
Fisher.
and he
Fisher.
Derek
got his
Fisher.
ass whooped. He got his ass
The
whooped
Knicks had
bad.
to take the L because as soon as we hired Derek Fisher, Matt Barnes chasing this nigga around the state of California. We just
No,
gave him
that
the
nigga went
job.
on the spree. Chasing
We
this
just
nigga.
gave Derek Fisher the job. Next thing you know, in the news, that Matt Barnes trying to find Derek Fisher, caught him and punched him in the face. So our new head
Doc,
coach getting punched in the face by Matt Barnes over some Laker business.
yeah, dog. It
That
always
was, but he wasn't just no, but he wasn't just doing that to Matt Barnes. He did that to Tim Hardaway Jr.
damn,
Tim
not
Hardaway
Junior.
Jr.
Damn,
You
Yes,
I
mean
ain't
Tim
know it was
Hardaway
Tim
Senior?
Hardaway Jr.
no,
Not Junior.
Junior.
So he
Yes,
smashed
Junior.
Tim Hardaway Jr. girl
yes,
Damn, that
when
nigga
he was
cut deep.
coaching the Knicks. Oh Jesus
yes.
Christ! I ain't hear nothing about that.
I
Now
ain't
I
know
did
And
Tim
hear
then the
somebody
Hardaway
that
got
players,
stole
and
Mike
then
deep.
when
Bibby's
everybody
wallet.
found out what happened, and then when everybody found out what happened between him and Matt Barnes, the players was happy that happened to him because he tried to screw them over in the CBA. Because remember, he was the president of the players union at the time, and when they had that lockout.
Who, Matt Barnes? Matt Barnes was the
No,
president
No,
Derek
of.
Fisher.
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 Oh, Derek Fisher. Oh, okay.
They was happy. all the players was happy that happened to him because damn, bro. If you
Man,
know Derek Fisher's history, yeah, you'll be surprised. I
Man,
ain't gonna
that
say no
boy,
names. I ain't gonna
that
say
boy
no
is
names, but who
Benson
he
was lying
Yeah,
snapper.
the Patreon
I ain't
something.
gonna
Man.
say no name. I ain't gonna say no names, but if I was Marshall Falk, I would have beat the shit out of him.
Man, what? Nigga, how you going? But
Yeah.
you can't get mad
Damn, Marshall
at him
Falk too.
if she's
Yes.
backing. You can
Some
get mad at
people like
him.
the
So,
Drake of the NBA, right?
So Derek Fisher is the vicious sniper of the NBA. Basically, he is sniping.
Oh, hey, but dog, they in there flat. Them bitches in there flat backing, dog. You can't get mad at them because she flat backing. Like,
I
come on
mean,
now.
I feel you, but
They
at the
both
same
grown.
time, it's still like scumbag
He
behavior. You
has
right,
no
but
moral.
yeah, there
He
you
has
go.
no
It's
moral.
like there you go, there you go.
I
Like even
mean,
if
you
I
gonna
just
take somebody
It was
even
just
if
like
I
when
just work with it,
Delonte West's
even if
mama
I
was
just work
doing
with
what
a
she
dude,
was
it's just
and
certain stuff you shouldn't do
another nigga who
because it complicate work.
was doing the same shit, and he was gonna get his ass beat for that. Damn
doing.
Tony Parker with his stupid ass.
Oh yeah, him and
Oh, man.
Brett Birdie wife. I
Delonte
remember that.
West's mama was
Yeah,
doing
Yeah,
the
Brett Barry
most.
wanted to beat the hell out of him for that.
yeah, Brett. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
what y'all
crazy.
think
He
about Delonte West's mama, man? She was like, she
Nah,
was
it
doing
wasn't
the most.
Delonte West's mama. It
With
was
LeBron mama.
Brown mama with
Oh,
Delonte West.
LeBron.
And you
Oh,
see what happened, and I was like, everybody was like, oh man, like why LeBron won't help? I'm like, nigga, I wouldn't help that nigga if he did that shit to me.
Man, come on, nah.
Man, get out of here.
I wouldn't
I
even
disagree.
I
I
would
LeBron
do
knew
it
his
that.
disagree on
I'll
that
mama
be
one.
for
like,
I
goddamn
nigga,
side his
disagree on
whole
that. I
life.
was getting ready to say
I'll
this
be,
nigga don't even know his daddy. Come on, bruh. Stop what
I'm
you
like,
talking right
nigga,
now, bruh. You're not your mama
I'm
getting
like
down,
this.
nigga. Like, what are you
I'm
talking
like
about?
that
this,
nigga say
nigga.
he
I'm
didn't
like
know
Yo,
this.
his daddy.
this nigga don't
I'm
even know
like
his
this.
daddy. Let's
Soon
keep it
they
a
ask
thou
me,
wow.
soon
You
they
know what your mama doing?
well, he don't know his daddy because his daddy died before he was born.
Man,
So
he
of
don't
course,
know his daddy because his mama was doing what she do. Let's keep it a thou wow up there.
Man, the
Uh-huh.
mama was a
no.
flat
Gloria has
backer.
Delonte West is not the only dude she does like she has a track record of
And
moving
you
like this.
see, but you see what happened to the last nigga she was messing with. Where is
Yeah.
he?
She a
That
straight
nigga
flat backer.
that nigga that nigga disappeared
She was
mysteriously.
messing with some rapper who ain't make it not
No,
too like a couple years ago, bro. Like, yeah,
That
that's
nigga,
probably at
she
the house. I don't even
but the
know
point
where
is that nigga disappeared mysteriously.
hey,
you can't blame Braun's
I'm
mom
just
for
saying, you
Delonte
can't
West. You can't
if
blame Braun's mom for
all I'm saying is
you
if
can't
you know
blame
your
why
mother
the
move a
mama
certain
can't get
way,
blamed.
I can't blame the mom, but Delonte
you
West, nigga, you know
what
better.
you mean? She grow, he grow. Like that's
She
your
flat
mother. That's
Man,
your
backing.
wife.
Nigga, you know better.
what is Gloria?
That's your
55,
mother.
54?
you
She
don't
know
know
better.
better
He
when
had
the
him at
two come on
14.
you. Nine
That's
times out of
your
And
ten, you
then
gonna
mother.
everybody talking about, oh well, oh he's he's mentally he's not right. He's unstable. I'm like, well, duh. You talking about a nigga who was riding a
You
goddamn
be mentally
motorcycle
right
butt
if your
naked with
mama
a
is flat
shotgun,
backing with
with a damn
your
shotgun attached to his back.
Yeah, he did that. He did that.
He did. Yeah, he did.
but check this out. Would you be mentally right if your mama is flat backing with the teammate? You
Nah,
gotta play
hell
this
no.
nigga. You say all you
Oh,
can say is what?
I'm gonna be mentally. Oh, I'm gonna be mentally right when I whoop his ass.
Yeah, I know it. I'm like, nigga, you
But is
know
it
better.
safe to say that Braun's moms was handing it out to
That's my
everybody?
She
point.
Yep,
Yeah,
handed it out.
that's my point.
yep.
That's my point.
But
Like
For
I
what?
just
you
I
gonna
just
be
hold on,
I
but
just
moving,
Googled
she
LeBron's
handed it
mom,
out.
right?
moving
Yeah,
like
she
that, bro.
handed it out. You're
Moving
not
like that.
wrong.
You gonna be
She
fighting a
handed
lot of
it
niggas.
out, but
That's all
as a
I'm saying, bro.
teammate,
I
You
just
she
gonna
She a
handed
flat
it out.
backer.
But at the same
you
time,
gonna be fighting a lot of dudes.
I'm like, okay, she handed it out, but as a teammate, you know better. You should have been
No,
like,
ain't
nah,
no
man.
but. When she handed it out, ain't no
You should
but.
have been like, no,
She just
Ain't
giving
no
it.
I
but.
ain't doing that.
But it
Ain't
boils
no but.
down to morals. It boils down to morals, man. You like, man, your
Like
mama she a
you
flat
should
backer.
know better. It's like, no,
But his
even if
mama
my
should
mama
know
was
better though.
Offered it.
You
That's why
talking
we
This
about
how we know LeBron know who his
Like,
mama is.
no, I
you
ain't doing
talking
that.
about a league full of testosterone driven
still
guys. If
Mm-hmm.
somebody
niggas.
throw them some ass, they gonna take it. That's a fact, Jack.
Man,
Exactly.
his
This is
mom
what?
ain't got
This
no
is like
morals,
15,
dog.
16 years ago. She was
I'm
still,
like,
yeah, in
but
her
it's a
early
thought.
And she
40s.
was
That's the
polite.
messed up part, though. But that's the messed up part. I'm like, it's 1,000 hoes out here in the world, and you choose my mama out
No,
of
she
all
chose
But
the
she
his
people.
chose
mama
him.
is the one doing it too.
Mama
So
chose
why
him.
That's a
blame
fact.
her?
It definitely
She
some
knows
vicious
But
the
hating
you
money
still
shit.
is
should
with
have
Cause you
enough
God.
sense in
already
your
know
body.
it's some
I
vicious
just
scumbag
You
Googled
should
hating
have
LeBron.
shit.
I
enough
just
sense in
However,
Googled
your
Gloria James,
mind.
right? Guess what came
I
up?
just don't feel you should afford them.
When I
I
Googled
ain't got
Gloria
no
James, guess what came up?
no
They call
woman.
her a
I don't think niggas.
philanthropist, humanitarian, and a socialite. So LeBron cleaned up her whole Twitter, her whole Google image by putting, giving her some money and putting some charities
She
in
a
her name and shit.
philanthropist now. See,
She a
this is the
philanthropist.
problem with these niggas, man. You know she a flatbacker. Why you trying to clean up her image when she flatbacking? I'm like,
Hey yo, to
as
be
a
honest with you,
man,
Because
you might have some
because
good because a couple of guys here.
that's still my mom. I gotta deal with her. I gotta
I
deal with
know,
her
but
every
damn,
day. I gotta
She
see her
might have
every
some
day.
good because she
So
spent the
you gotta
block
deal
a
with
couple
these
of
niggas
times.
on the court. Yeah, but you
I
got to
gotta
deal
deal
with
with her.
this
I
nigga on
gotta
the
see
court. All
her
he can
every
do is
day.
say,
So,
I knocked down your
but
mama
you,
and throw your whole game off. And you have that in
Hey,
your mind. That will mess your mind up.
that's when I knew that's when I knew the Jordan comparisons had to stop. Cause Mike played after his daddy was murdered, and this nigga couldn't even focus because his mama got hit. I was like, yeah, we
no,
gotta stop.
no,
Wait a
We gotta
minute,
no,
wait a
no,
stop
minute,
no,
wait a
the
no,
minute,
no.
wait a
I ain't
minute,
comparisons
doing
wait
that.
a
I
right
ain't
minute,
there.
doing
wait
that. I
a
ain't doing
minute,
that
wait a
side.
minute,
I
wait
ain't
a
We
doing
gotta
minute.
that.
Let's
I
go
stop
ain't
there.
doing that
the
Let's go
side.
there.
As
Wait
comparisons.
a
soon as
That's
minute.
when
that
I
happens,
knew.
That was
Let's
a
go.
That's
bullshit.
soon as
when
that
I
happens,
knew.
Let's go.
That
soon
was a
as
That's
that
when
bullshit.
happens,
I knew, young. I said,
soon
yeah,
as
this nigga
that happens,
he
soon as that
ain't
shit
built, man.
happens. Soon as that shit happened, Michael Jordan said, "Man, you know what? I'ma just go ahead and quit, man. I'm done. I'm
Man,
through.
hey,
I'ma just go
hey,
ahead and quit right
hey,
after that."
man. That's when I knew. I said, we gotta
So I
stop the
can't. So
comparisons
no,
right now.
you can't use that. You can't use that.
If this nigga can't play through this, we not doing that, man.
I'm
Like, come
like, bro.
on, man.
I'm like, everybody be like, everybody be like, oh, well, I don't believe Michael Jordan retired because of the gambling shit. But it's fun. That was just strange. Like, wait a minute, your dad died, you just up and retire?
Nah, he had to pay that debt back.
No,
That what was
I
on
don't
his
believe
mind.
like the whole he had to pay a debt and he owed people. I don't believe that. I don't believe that part
Nigga,
of it.
the way them niggas gamble, you'll be surprised at how much these people
Um,
owe.
Hey yo,
But they
LeBron.
got
After that shit, LeBron went to Miami and got busy. That's what happened with LeBron. After that
hey,
shit
mhm.
y'all
happened.
know why Russell Wilson won't go to the Falcons because Future at that motherfucker. Y'all got to look at this type of shit. I be telling y'all, you got to understand what you're looking at. Man,
Yeah, he don't want to go nowhere near that region.
dog, he would not even come to Houston because it's too close. And
No,
niggas
sir.
down here in Houston, man, a regular nigga like myself can get her. You know what I mean? That's what we do, man. We
Shout out
like,
to
man,
Houston. Shout out to Houston. Word up.
dog, if we don't like you, we go get your bitch. That's what it
Come
is.
on.
Hey, I'm talking about, man, we gonna send her back home to you with a wet ass and no money. And she gonna bring you back straight up. I'm telling you, then nigga be like, what if that was your wife? I always said if my wife come to here with a wet ass, no money, and a bad attitude, we got a problem.
No.
No, she's staying at the
Man,
door. She gonna stand at the door.
At least had some
man,
money, huh, man?
man,
At
because a
least
bitch
come
gonna
in with
cheat
the
on you.
money.
Yeah, a bitch gonna cheat on you anyway. I'm like, God
Yeah,
damn it, we don't
at
we
least
get
bring some
along.
money in, man. Yeah, nah, I
Yeah,
agree with you,
man.
brother. You ain't
Don't come
saying
in
nothing
with a
wrong.
wet ass. Don't come in with a wet ass, a bad attitude, and no
I ain't
money.
no motherfucking money.
That's three strikes. That's
That's
three strikes,
disrespect.
dog. Man, what?
She can hand me the money. She can hand me the money at the doormat and stay outside.
That's
She hand me the money.
right.
You heard?
And bitch, go clean yourself up. God damn it.
We'll talk about it in the morning.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in the morning. My cash out look like what we doing? Like, man, you doing, man, I'm dead serious. That's why I ain't with my baby mama, because they came in with a wet ass and no money. That's why we ain't together. Because I'm like, I don't care what you're doing, but goddamn talking crazy. You got a problem. And fuck that baby. God damn it, you just you just disrespected me. You disrespected my whole mind.
Fuck the baby too.
Yeah, fuck all that. Goddamn.
Fuck all that. Yeah.
You gonna bring the whole state against a nigga just because you a flatbacker? Really? And you didn't wanna spread the love with this goddamn thing we call money. I'm like, bitch, you got me fucked up. I say, fuck you and that baby. And goddamn it, if you wanna, man, fuck that dog. I would have motherfucker. At least she ain't gonna kill me while I'm asleep. Sometimes, nigga. You know, you piss a woman off the right way, and then she started talking about, oh, you want something to eat? Nope.
Knowing you was hungry than the motherfucker. Knowing you was hungry than the
motherfucker. Man, say, nah, I'm good.
She can hear my stomach growling. I will put my stomach growling on the goddamn surround sound, and she asked me, am I hungry? I'm like, hell no. Fuck that. Dog, I'm like this in real life. No bullshit. Because I've always been like that. When a woman disrespects you, dog, get the fuck away from around her, dog. Because you see it. Because you foresee the other shit
Nah,
that's
that's a
coming with
fact, Jack. You ain't said nothing wrong, bro.
dog, when
You
them
ain't
bitches
said
went
nothing
at me,
wrong, yeah.
dog, you know what? My last two baby mama, one Mexican, one black. These
Oh
bitches,
Lord, here we go. Shit.
dog, look, the kids were 3 and 5
Wow.
when they did that shit. So apparently I was doing something right. When I stopped knocking them down to see the kids and got with another Mexican, oh, shit went left. Shit went left like a motherfucker. I'm talking about.
He made a
Keyword. You said the keyword Mexican. Yeah.
You made.
And I got ice on speed dial.
Oh,
But my last baby mama Mexican too. So it was Mexican on Mexican hate.
So how many Mexican baby mama do you got?
That was Mexican or Mexican crime.
Yeah, that's self-hate right there, goddamn.
No, but how many Mexican baby mamas do you got?
One confirmed that I know of. Shit,
That I know of.
One say the kid is mine, but I really don't believe it.
I don't know.
He's like, I don't know.
If it
Hey,
ain't
look here.
confirmed,
You never really find out the truth until the funeral anyway. You know what I'm saying? You know how it go.
And then I ain't even going to that. I ain't gonna even be
You
at
be
my own funeral, nigga. I'll be late to that motherfucker.
A nigga die, you be
know
like,
what I
damn,
mean?
who them kids over there look just like us? Like,
I ain't leaving nobody nothing. I ain't leaving nobody nothing. I'm spending it all.
You slept with my mama. You slept with my mom. You slept with my mom back in 1995.
Hey, dog, it was actually a black chick from like 93 that said, you know, this is our kid. I'm like, hold up, who are you? Like, it was dead serious on Facebook. She hit me up.
You
like 93. I'm like,
hey, bro, you said you ain't leaving nobody nothing. You go
I didn't find out about my brother until 2003. He was born in 2000.
What you said? You found out what?
I didn't find out my brother was my brother until 2003. He was born in 2000.
He was 3 years
God
old.
damn.
Damn, bro. Hold up. Which one of your parents still out here moving like yo? Your father? It's your father?
Yeah.
Still,
Man,
hey, damn. Shout out
my
to
dad is
Pops.
72 and got a 10-year-old. Nigga, that's my hero.
Damn. That's all
Yeah,
right.
he's 72.
72 and got a 10-year-old. Yeah, all right. Go ahead, Pops.
And then
man.
that nigga said, I said, damn, Pops, you don't wear no
I had
color. He
all
said, what
three
you
of mine
mean? A
by the
dick
time I was
rumble? I said,
21.
God
I'm
damn
done. Man, yeah.
No, motherfuckers in the Bible was making babies at like 150.
Oh no, I get it. It was different times though.
Wait up.
They weren't living in this expensive ass world we in. Fuck that. Like, I ain't dog. These
child support
motherfuckers.
and family court will make you be more mindful
Leno.
of these.
Oh man,
I'm
what? These motherfuckers
that
cost,
shit is
brother.
like,
These
if you
motherfuckers
don't get it,
cost.
and it was crazy that NBA dude, the one that paid all them baby mamas their money, I'm like, nigga, why would you like?
Which
nigga,
one?
you gotta
Which
slow
one?
down.
Oh,
You spending your
who you
money.
talking about?
One.
You talking
I
about
think
Dwight
he's talking
That was
Howard?
a dude.
about. I think he's talking about Ant-Man.
The White
Oh,
House
you
got
talking about
kicked out
Ant-Man?
of Houston. Dog, the White House got kicked out
You
of
talking about
Houston when
Dwight
he started
Howard?
grabbing that nigga by his wood. No, it's another dude. The White House got kicked out the Rockets because on camera or during the live game, he kept
Well,
grabbing that
bad
dude by his shit.
NBA players is paying chicks, but Ant-Man paid it all up front. He did the calculations and said, okay, for 18 years, it's going to cost this much. I'm going to give it to you all up front, like 1
I'm gonna
point
give you
something.
all up front. That way you ain't gotta hit me up for no money no more.
I
Dude,
think that's smart.
Horace Grant just got his pension took. They tried to play with his pension.
No,
Y'all
but
heard about that?
Ant was smart. He said get the money up front. He said plus, I don't want to be around that. I don't want to be involved in
But
that life.
is it smart, or do you have to have more
Now,
wood
that ain't
control?
smart.
No,
Not
that's
to
not
be
smart.
involved in a
You
life
can,
is not smart.
Money wise,
it could. In this instance, it could be worse. You could wind up like Charlie Bell. Oops, my bad.
Charlie Bell. Oh damn,
Who the hell is Charlie Bell?
Oh,
Charlie
man.
Bell.
Man,
You ain't got to
former
put.
NBA
Why you got to?
basketball player who basically his wife. He got married to this girl, and the girl basically set him up. She basically set him up, had somebody following him. I think he got caught cheating, and when she found out he was cheating, she cleaned his ass out, took all his money, including his
Dog,
pension.
And y'all see
that's
what
what
happened
I
to
was
Dwight
asking
Howard?
y'all. That's why I was
Y'all seen
asking
what
Yeah,
y'all.
his
happened to
wife
Dwight
Y'all
just
said
Howard?
about Horace
divorced.
Grant.
His wife just
He went
divorced
out
him.
this.
And y'all seen what happened to LaMelo Ball?
Yeah,
I mean, not LaMelo
y'all
Ball.
heard about that, right?
Now Dwight
Yeah,
Howard's wife just
Jello
divorced
Ball.
him.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jello Ball.
No, I'm
They got
talking about
divorced
Horace
in
Grant.
2 months. They got divorced in 2 months,
Yeah, but
and
the
on top
difference
of
was
that,
the white, no, because the
soon
girl
as
was
she got
smart. She said,
pregnant,
I don't want his.
she filed for divorce. I was like, damn, dog, it's cold out here, man.
No,
Yeah.
but hold
No,
on.
but
But
I'm
the white thing,
saying,
hold on. The white thing was smart though, because the wife, she said, I don't want his assets and none of that. She said, I don't want none of that. I just want
Who was
divorce.
that for, the White Howard's case or
Yeah.
Jello?
The White Howard case. She's like, no. She's
Oh,
like, I don't want anything. I just want the divorce. That's it.
Yo,
damn, that's some
y'all
hey,
real
up
but
shit.
on
you know what?
y'all up
They be
are y'all
bullshitting when they say that, dog, because that's what these chicks do. They say, "Oh, I don't want it." That lets your guard down, but
hey
really, they
yo,
be going after you.
are
You know what I'm saying?
y'all up on the Jackie? Are y'all up on the Jackie Christie, Doug Christie shit?
Oh, Chris Webber.
With
I
the
ain't trying
Chris
to
Yeah.
get
Webber
Chris.
Who is
shit?
Jackie Christie?
I ain't trying to get Chris. I
Bro,
ain't see
That's
Dub
Doug.
shit.
Chris Webber, man, Chris